Hello, welcome to episode 5 of the Shoulder Button Boys. My name is Ryan Johnson. I am your host for the entire show. And here at the Shoulder Button Boys, we start off with what we are currently playing on any console, any mobile platform. We'll start with Matt.
Hello. I am currently playing a bit of an old title, Warriors Orochi. Picked it up pretty cheap at EB Games. Kind of a mix of the Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors universe.
Okay, cool. I forgot to introduce everyone. Maybe I should start with that, shouldn't I?
Just continue on where you were.
All right, okay, Marty Isaacs. That'll be your introduction.
Hello. I'd be damned if I wasn't playing Dead Island. Still playing that. But what?
Where are you right now in it? What are you doing?
I'm just in the city.
City's the best one.
Yeah.
Best part.
I hate it. People shoot at you. Humans shooting at you. But also I threw in Little Big Planet 2 yesterday and played that for hours. Yeah. That is an amazing game. I hated it when it first came out.
It's weird, eh?
Because it was not as good as the first one.
We played the first one for like a year or something.
Yeah, the year straight.
Yeah. And then in between, when we got bored of Call of Duty, we'd go back to Little Big Planet.
I got about 95% of the collectibles in the first Little Big
Holy
Planet.
crap.
You got a platinum, man.
Yeah, no.
Platinum Little Big Planet 2, I'll be
I
impressed.
got alive.
You have a life.
I have alive.
And Adriano Petty.
What's up?
What have you been playing?
I started Sleeping Dogs this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
How does it feel playing the game you know the ending of?
I know something that happens in the ending. I don't know.
A main character too.
Is there more than one ending? Do they
No,
go
it's all
straight up
linear. Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty shit.
How does it compare to GTA though?
Some things are cool. I like you can change objectives right with your left thumb
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah.
Like you just hit it and it just changes to a new objective if
Yeah.
you want to skip it. That's something that I wouldn't say it was missing from GTA 4 because nobody probably really thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll probably incorporate it in the next GTA.
I think a lot of open world games should have that because it's so much easier than just going into your map and then marking it yourself, having to find the place you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed that too. Yeah.
I also like customizing my character in this game. I usually don't like to customize too much. Like I get bored pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And in GTA, I didn't bother customizing. But this one I like. I like going out shopping for clothes more so than in real life. I rather go do this.
And you do make a lot of money in that game, so it's pretty easy. I just went around and bought all the clothes, got the achievement for that.
I gotta buy a new bike though. My bike is the one you start off with is shit.
It's
Like,
horrible.
It doesn't
can't
turn.
turn for shit.
No.
It's killing me. And I went to like a random car shop, the one that I just passed. Like the lowest car was like 125,000 HK.
Go to the chop shop, man.
Whatever it is.
Go to the chop shop. That's
You
where I
can
went.
find like a little smart car for like 17,000, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I have to go there.
Yeah.
Man, I need some money.
So last week you said you were playing Walking Dead episode 2,
Yes.
and this week I had just finished episode 3, which just came out on Tuesday. That's what I've been playing. Been enjoying it. The episodes are getting better. I noticed not a lot of frame rate issues. Have you noticed frame rate issues with the other 2 episodes?
No.
You're playing on Xbox. I'm playing on PS3.
I've noticed some audio video syncs.
A little bit off, right?
Yeah, they're always off. Like, so I kind of just accepted it.
It seems like a simple game to make, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's a good game, so I'll give them credit for that.
Yeah,
But
Telltale, what they're doing over there. Yeah, other than that, that's the only complaint I have. But as long as it's consistently off, I don't care.
So you want consistency.
If it went on, if it was synced and then desynced and synced, that would bother me.
So as long as it's all off, you're
Yeah,
good.
that's fine.
Now, how many episodes are there supposed to be of this game?
5.
Yeah.
And they're releasing them quicker than I thought. Because there were delays with their Wallace and Gromit series.
I don't remember, but the second episode took a while to come out.
Yeah, but now like the third one came out
But Tuesday.
pretty quickly. And apparently after all 5 of them, they're coming out on hard copy. You can buy it in store.
Mm-hmm.
Which pisses me off because I'd rather have done that than fucking download each one.
Well, that's what you're waiting for, right, Matt?
Yeah, I want to play them all. I did that with the actual show. I was like, I'm not going to watch the first season and episodes. I'm just going to wait till the whole thing's done.
And they just power through them all.
Exactly, yeah.
Did you end up what did you do with that Blu-ray collector's edition, the one I emailed you?
I didn't buy it yet because I had to buy some school stuff.
Better
Which
hurry up. That
sucks.
was the only one that Future Shop had.
Are you
I
serious?
said, what is your stock on? He's like, whatever you see on the shelf.
Oh my
And the
god!
box is really mint condition.
I may go buy that
Better
actually
hurry up.
tomorrow. Yeah.
And if you're an achievement or / trophy hunter, Walking Dead's pretty easy. You just play the game, play the episode, and you get all the trophies or achievements.
They're all story related.
Yeah, so it's pretty fun that way. But I like games like that. Okay, so last week, I think we mentioned we were going to Fan Expo. We did go to Fan Expo.
We did.
Did we mention it?
Yeah,
We
I
did,
think,
yep.
I think Marty said we'll have some stories from Fan Expo.
Oh yeah.
We wanted to go play a lot of demos. We played 3 demos, me and Marty. We'll start with Matt though. You played Assassin's Creed 3, one of the biggest games they had there.
Yep. First thing I did, walk in the door, saw the Assassin's Creed hoodies on top of this big roof, and was like, "Oh man!" And there was the demo.
So you went straight there. When
Aw,
you got it.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. It was awesome though. I played the naval combat. I think they have a specific name for it, but it was the naval combat demo.
Yeah.
It was really good actually. Really good physics in that. I found it was they had like a really good setup for the show too. Like it was 2 or 3 objectives, but none of it was land combat. So the instant that there was like, I guess it wouldn't be technically land combat or whatever, but when you board the ship to do like hand-to-hand combat, they took it away. Like that was the end of the demo. But it was pretty lengthy. It was like 5-10 minutes. That's pretty good for like a showing on like a show floor. It was,
Yeah.
Well, they had like how many stations set up?
I think 10.
No, I think more than that.
Yeah.
It looked like a dozen.
For the naval,
I'd say probably closer to 20.
Really?
for the
Yeah.
naval, just the naval demo, because on the other side they had
Oh, they were
multiplayer.
different demos.
multiplayer.
Oh, I
It was a
thought they were
multiplayer.
all the same demo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe 20 in total, or maybe 10 each.
Okay.
That's
If
possible.
you say so. Then again, I didn't actually play anything at Fan
Yeah,
Expo.
I was like you. I didn't want to ruin Assassin's Creed 3. I didn't
Well,
want.
I watched, like, I was standing beside him for like the second half of him playing it, but
So
I didn't
awesome.
actually play it.
Yeah.
So ridiculously awesome.
Didn't you crash into the ship? You're just trying to protect her or something like that?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't watching the radar, and I was like, because you're supposed to be chasing this one ship for this one part, and then then you're supposed to be actually protecting it later. But I figured that it was still the main objectives. It was like an orange dot on the map, so I charged it and started shooting it. Apparently, it was like, of course, it was like, don't shoot the thing. And it was already on fire, and I'm like, oh crap. So I turn around, but I turned too sharp, and it turned because I shot it and I hit it.
It was a friendly ship.
It was a friendly ship that you're gonna board. So I'm presuming it's probably you're gonna board to capture or kill someone later in the story, but they didn't give any of that away.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
That's pretty funny. And Marty was the star of Fan Expo, dominating. Tell us your time at that Fan Expo, Marty.
The first demo we played was PlayStation All Stars. We waited in line, and I played the Sweet Tooth character from Twisted Metal. And we got done playing, and I got 14 kills, and the guy said I got the most kills of all weekend at Fan Expo.
That's
So it was
awesome.
pretty solid.
Yeah. I hear you had one
That
of
game was pretty fun. I'm gonna say it now. It's no Super Smash Brothers.
But it was fun. It was enjoyable. I was playing as Drake, and I had a terrible time, and I still had fun.
Yeah.
So
If there was people playing Smash Bros at Fan Expo, though, I'd be over there instead of All Stars.
oh well. I mean, clearly it is a ripoff of Smash Bros.
Yeah.
but I'm still excited for it.
The only problem is you have to get your specials in order to kill people, which I thought was
Yeah.
a little silly.
Well, they're trying to make it different, so I understand
Yeah.
that much. But
Would you guys be more accepting of All Stars if they just had said, the Smash Bros. Rip-off?
I'm completely accepting of it
When something's a
regardless.
rip-off, would you be favoring it more if they just admitted it was a rip-off?
well, me being a Sony fanboy, I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. I don't criticize them for making a Smash Bros. Ripoff.
I'm pretty
You
accepting
might.
of it as well,
Yeah, you-
even though I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I'm a fanboy of everything, to be honest. I don't care. I love every game. Every game.
Every games. I love all them games.
Proper grammar, Robin, as Batman would say.
As Batman would say.
Yeah, always telling Robin to be brushed up on his grammar rules.
I'd like to see that, but well, we also got to play Halo 4.
Longest line. Oh, the lines are ridiculous at Fan Expo.
The longest line you were in, but I'm pretty
Yes.
sure the Zombie U line.
Zombie
U,
U, I would not wait in, even though I was.
Well, the
pumped.
line wasn't long, but the time in between each demo was long.
The demo was a little lengthy.
Yeah.
Did they have one station or two?
They had two
Two.
stations.
Two stations.
So even then, it was a long wait.
Jesus.
But yeah, we stood in line for about an hour to play Halo 4. And as we were told in line that the person with the most kills would receive limited edition poster. And I won it.
That's awesome.
I got it.
Marty Eyes is just cleaning house at Fan Expo.
I said on the train to Fan Expo, I'm like, I'm going to whoop ass in Halo 4 today. And then I did. But yeah, after we got done playing it, though, I felt like I preferred Halo Reach, to be honest.
You can tell it's a different developer, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have the same feel.
You feel like you're wearing that 2-ton armor. I mean,
Yeah,
which isn't a good thing.
A couple of things I noticed is that sprint is no longer one of the armor abilities. You can be everybody can sprint.
Yeah, I think they're trying to compete with Call of Duty, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
Reach is different though, right? Like Reach is supposed to be you're just supposed to be like a light foot soldier sort of, whereas maybe you are supposed to feel like you're in the 2-ton armor because now you're Master Chief again, right?
But the first 3 Halos didn't feel like that. I mean,
Oh, that is true. Yeah,
it almost seems like they're trying to get more real with it than say like Halo always felt arcadey to me, and that's why I kind of
It's
liked
always
about
it's
it.
jump in and play.
Yeah. And so, but it is promising. I mean, it was fun. I
It
had
looked
fun.
damn fun.
I was like second from the bottom of all the competitors playing that day, and I still had fun.
Yeah.
But and Adriana, what'd you do at Fan Expo? You
I stood in line and got autographs. That's what I did for several hours.
Any video game related ones?
And there is a X-Files video game for PlayStation 2. I don't even think Gillian Anderson does the voice on that game, so
Close enough.
yeah. I got her autograph.
okay, that works. I guess.
Daryl's autograph and
Like the Walking Dead tie-in, right?
yeah,
There you
and
go.
Jamie Bambers from Battlestar Galactica. That's what I did. That was my day.
So overall, how'd you guys think Fan Expo went?
I thought it was awesome.
Pretty solid list of demos.
Mhm.
We also played Injustice.
That's right.
Forgot to
Yeah.
mention. It's got nothing on MK9. I'm gonna say it right now.
Yeah.
Mortal
It seems
Kombat.
like they're trying though.
Mortal Kombat 9 just feels so much smoother and faster, and Injustice felt a little sluggish.
Mm.
Just saying that now.
Oh, and yeah, we did mention that they had the Wii U there. I sat there and watched like 20 people play the demo. I sat there a long time.
You could have just stood in line, watched them play the demo, and then play the demo.
I didn't want to play the demo myself.
Jesus.
I don't want a bunch of people just sitting there watching me.
But it looks
So.
promising.
I'm getting one.
Yeah,
Um,
it is. It is
Launch
exciting.
day we'll head over. Can we pre-order it? Is there any pre-order options?
I don't think until the
That'd be
release date,
awesome,
maybe.
but I don't think so.
We'll have to talk to somebody at the EB Games and get in ahead of time.
Yeah.
That new tablet controller though, in person it looks awesome.
Actually, it didn't look as awesome in person. It's like the professional shots look better.
The screen looks
The
bigger,
screen looks bigger in like pictures than it does in person.
I wanted a smaller screen though, in my opinion, because like I'm kind of like one of
Oh,
these.
man.
Because I didn't want like a huge controller. That's what I was worried about. I was worried about having like a 10.1 inch tablet as a controller. I don't know. So like
Well,
this.
the controller looked fine. The
Yeah.
screen was just tiny.
There's
looking.
nothing like there's no buttons. Like mine is anything untouched. Like all the controller functions are on the side, and you always have everything. Your hands are physically further apart than they normally would be to each other, but you still have all the functions.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know how heavy it is. I don't know.
Yeah, none of us actually got to hold one.
We should have brought in someone who played it.
Yeah, that's
Next
true.
week we'll bring in Joe and Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest complaints I heard, maybe it's not a complaint, but just people had to get used to it, was that the face buttons are a little bit different because your analog sticks are below or on top of your face buttons on the Wii U controller.
I don't think that would
They're
bother me
reversed.
as much, because when I play with people, play games with people that are strictly 360 or strictly PS3, they always get confused when they pick up the controller,
Yeah.
and they're always like, "Oh, what? I throw a grenade."
Oh, on
Shooting.
Call of Duty, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the first thing I did. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's pretty natural to me.
it is now once you're experienced with it. But I noticed a lot of people were looking down at the controller trying to see what button
Mhm.
to press. They weren't looking at the screen.
Yeah.
There's like a button they had to press to unlock a door or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and even Joe said that it was a little trying to get used to that.
I'm sure there's a learning curve for it, but
Yeah.
probably give yourself like a half hour. You'll be okay.
Coincidentally, that's how long the demo was.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So let's jump into our first story. Do you have something to say?
Nah, never. Don't worry about it.
We have quite a few Sony stories. We had a few last week. We have some more this week. Some of them are follow up, but this one is Bethesda has released I think it was like a tweet or an official statement, but they were saying that they're having problem with Skyrim DLC for the PS3. The first one was released. What was it? Dawnguard.
Yeah.
Dawnguard was
Dawnguard.
They said it will come out for PS3. We'll never officially say it will come out for PS3, but there was a month exclusivity deal. After that month went up, there was no DLC. PS3 owners were like, "What's going on?" And then now we just got announcement of new DLC.
Hearthfire, I think it's called.
Yeah, and still nothing for the PS3.
I think they're having problems with the game in general, as you and Connor, one of our previous guest stars, had
Yeah.
touch water, and the game's frozen. You have to restart the whole console.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
You just touched water and froze.
Yeah.
If you like walked into water, I don't know whether it was like
Not
the water.
freezing the game.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like the whole game just freeze. Whole game freeze. Restart the console. Does the like million beeps and then restarts thing.
And you go touch water again, freezes again.
Yep.
The one solution was to delete your game save file, delete the update file, not the game save, sorry, your game data file.
Okay.
Delete your
I was
yeah,
gonna say
that would
save
be
game.
bad.
Like that's a stupid solution.
Delete your update file, reinstall it, re-download the update, and it did work. They did release 1.7 update 1.7.
Yeah.
That fixed a lot of things. There's still a lot of glitches. They're saying Dawn Guard, they're having trouble. They're trying to fix stuff. It doesn't work. And then Hearthfire is going to make it worse, and it's just a huge snowball of terribleness.
I think they need to get Dawn Guard done first. Actually, okay, in my opinion, they should get the game fixed first.
Well, yeah.
let's get that done. But then I don't think people are gonna care. Like Hearthfire to me is awesome because like I always kind of want to make a house in Skyrim and that. But honestly, the content that Dawn Guard delivers is a lot more, and it's all more expensive. It also shows that. So I mean, I think they should get the game fixed first, and then maybe but continually update the public. Don't just not tell us because then we're just gonna keep
Well,
complaining,
they've
right?
been pretty vocal about their stuff, but it's still kind of hard.
It's kind of hard to understand when a lot of other people have, like, all the developers have all these DLCs that are spanning all the consoles,
Mm-hmm.
and the Bethesda isn't like a new studio at all. It's an old, like, not old, but it's a like matured studio. It has a lot of games now. Why are they having these problems?
Yeah, even games including like that have the same scope as Skyrim are able to do it, and for some reason Bethesda can't.
Yeah, it doesn't make Just Cause 2.
Yeah.
That like people kind of usually overlook that series, but that's a massive game, and like it's fine from what I've heard.
I mean, maybe they're just using some engine that just doesn't work well with PS3. We obviously know they coded for Xbox.
Yeah, this time they did. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then they ported it over to PS3, but then they don't really try to fix it. I mean, they do try to fix it, but it's just I don't know what's happening. But a lot of people are disappointed with Bethesda right now. So
PS3 owners anyway.
PS3 owners.
I am personally looking forward to Dishonored. That game looks amazing.
That was at Fan Expo, but
You should have played it at Fan Expo.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. We got the. Did you also get the tattoo?
The
robot
tattoo, yeah.
I still have that. I'm
It's
gonna.
just this poster.
I'm
I
gonna.
got a whole bunch of them.
I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna slip it in the game case. But no, the resist that was a bad idea. If you're gonna give away free posters, tip: if you're gonna give away free posters, give away like even tape. I prefer an elastic, but tape will do.
Yeah,
Because nothing's worse than walking around with an unraveled poster.
and then give us these smushy bags that
Yeah.
can just
Yeah.
destroy your poster like it destroyed Marty.
You pulled this out of the bag. I'm done with this. I just put it on the table.
Yeah, that was slowing me down.
I couldn't even see it when it was in the bag. It was completely gone.
Just this huge mess on the table.
And then after I got the Daryl's autograph, I was trying to like fiddle in. I'm like, fuck this poster, I'm done, and just pinned it between a chair and a wall. I'm like, fuck this.
It's a cool poster too. I liked it.
Next year I'm gonna go with a bunch of elastics on my
Bring a
wrist.
cardboard tube too,
Yeah.
so they don't get crinkled.
I prefer like the solid merchandise better though. Like what Sony / PlayStation was giving out, those little Killzone action
Yeah,
figures. That
I
was
mentioned
awesome.
that, yeah, everyone who played All Stars was getting a Killzone action figure.
I just walked by and got one.
It was a pretty nice quality one too.
Let's be
was alright.
fair. It looks stupid though. It was stupid
I
looking.
like it.
I think it was
it's
a
cool.
canceled design.
Yeah.
Like they were like, yeah, let's make
definitely.
this figure. That doesn't look so good.
But Killzone's
Oh,
not
we have
even-
10,000 of them.
Killzone's not so relevant right now.
Well, yeah, that's true. They have the Vita game coming out. Speaking of Vita, we mentioned that they had sold 2.2 million worldwide units, and Sony is saying that this is nearly in line with their expectations. Yeah, so
Now, what I'm thinking about this one though is maybe they've revised their expectations based on games that are available. So maybe they looked at like
can any company do that?
essentially, but
We only sold 5 products. That's what we were expecting. We revised our expectations.
But I mean, like, well, they were probably, maybe they didn't look at it where they were thinking, okay, we're going to have, like, at this point, maybe they're assuming, let's say, 30 games. That may be a little high, but let's just assume that. And then with that, they wanted, like, 3 million sales. But now they have less, so now they're like, okay, well, if we were to do the math and like kind of like divvy it up with like ratios, maybe it adds up. But even still, it seems kind of weird how you would almost revise it. I don't even know if they did do that, but I mean,
And the ratio between 3DS to Vita, I mean, both powerful handhelds, both have their own gimmicks they're selling.
it's a little ridiculous.
Both have a lot of games now, a lot of good games too. So we'll see what happens in the future. I still have high hopes for the Vita. Moving on to more Vita news, I think. Oh no, sorry, but I'm gonna switch this around. I should have done that better. But I'm gonna do the PS1 classics coming to Vita. I don't. Did any of you play PS1 classics?
I would if they were here.
because I don't own one, but
But any at all?
I put in Resident Evil Director's Cut today.
Oh,
I got bored with Resident Evil 4. I'm like, all right. Found my old PS memory card. So I had put in Director's Cut.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, hook up your PS2. Next week I'm gonna bring it.
I just packed it up.
Bring it out, man.
I'm getting prepared to bring the Wii up, and
What? Just
because I'm gonna beat Super Mario.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat it. That's my plan.
You
Bring
gotta
up the PS2.
You gotta play Twilight Princess. First.
well,
I got that too. I got
hopefully
Can
by
I
next
have
week
it?
I'll be on Resident Evil 2. I'll bring that over. You can do some Claire Scenario A.
All right.
Just hook it up. I'm bringing it, so you better hook it up.
But yeah, here's the problem with the PS1 classics on the Vita. Matt, do you play any actually? Ever downloaded anyone?
I haven't, but kind of like this story kind of leads into why we can't in this region.
At least on Vita. Yeah.
At least on Vita, yeah. It's was it 9 to 129?
There's only 9 PS1 classics for Vita available in North America, 129 in Europe.
Like, come on, man. Come on, guys. Like, Jesus.
Sony
Come
hasn't
on,
said why
man.
this
What are
is
you
either.
doing?
Sorry, Marty.
Sony hasn't said why this is either.
I
We
think
were
it's the
talking
pirating
earlier.
thing.
Yeah.
It's the pirating thing again.
Yeah.
People here pirate too much. Stop stealing things. Just buy it. Come on. Oh,
I
it's
know,
horrible.
Support the industry. That's true.
I wonder why sales are low.
Of course, there's already a way around this. Somebody found out a way around this on Reddit.
Yeah,
so
but
that-
a legitimate way. They didn't hack or alter anything.
yeah, it's a legitimate
It's a
way.
legitimate way.
It's a workaround.
Yeah.
So what is it? Do you know? Can we
Uh,
reveal it?
Just download it via your PS3 or your PC and then sync it up.
Oh well, okay. Well, that's not
Yeah.
a huge problem. You just
Yeah.
can't download it onto your system.
It's not very convenient.
No, but I mean, that's what you got to do, I guess. If you really love those PS1 classics.
I'd rather just hook up my PS1 to be honest.
Yeah.
Or PS2 even.
My PS1 doesn't work all too well. It's one of the old ones that has like the docking station port.
Do
in
you
the
have a
back.
PS2?
Yeah, I have a PS2.
We'll just use the PS2.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, I can't use my PS1 if I wanted to.
Mod chips.
It freezes up, and like I was playing a rhythm game, Bust a Groove the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and it freezes up for a second, and you need to have rhythm, and because the
Oh,
video froze,
okay.
like the audio and the video were desynced, and it was just messing me up.
Okay, so in more Sony news, we've got a lot, like I said. This one's kind of interesting. I kind of like this. Sony has registered a bunch of domains for console war. As you all know, like we have new consoles coming out. There's always been a console war between this and that console. Right now, we got the big three: Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, all fighting it out. What do you think this movie's going to be about?
I think it's gonna be a web series. I think it's gonna be
Web
like a little comedy web series. That's what I'm thinking it might be.
I think it's going to be a over dramatic story written by Aaron Sorkin.
Kind of like a documentary.
Mirroring, like the Social Network.
Oh no! Oh yeah, that would actually make sense. Kind of like Silicon Valley with like Windows and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But
That would
except
be cool.
that would be pretty
That
cool
would
actually.
work, actually.
If Aaron Sorkin wrote it, I'd go watch it. That's fucking genius.
That programmer cried in Silicon Valley. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
Freaking Steve
You
Jobs
keep
screaming
bringing
at
that
him.
up, yeah.
It's hilarious.
But documentary is probably the main thing. I don't think it's going to be like a just a upbeat, fun comedy or something.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
No, no, it wouldn't. Marty.
I don't know. I think this is just gonna be straight up
Get the Broken Lizard guy.
fanboy Sony propaganda movie.
Yeah, because Sony's the one making it.
Sony's rise to the top.
Right? Yeah.
They were out first. They sold more than everything else combined worldwide.
They lost billions of dollars this year, but they're on top.
Yeah, exactly. And now, finally, off of the Sony news, Matt has been covering this story.
Yep, the continuing saga of On Live continues here. 1 second, let me pull up my article here so I can remember all the names. So basically, their CEO has stepped down. Steve Perryman, he's out now. Basically, Gary Lauder, which is the managing director of Lauder Partners
like a wiener.
LLC. will become OnLive's new chairman. And then Charlie Jablonski will become OnLive's
That sounds even worse.
OnLive's new COO and acting CEO. So maybe they're looking for another CEO eventually, because it specifically says acting CEO. And basically, Steve Perryman, which is the old CEO, basically said that he wants to work on a bunch of projects he hasn't stated any of things.
Yeah, do you think that's just an excuse? I have a feeling that he's leaving because he sees the company going down.
It could be that, or it could be because since it did go down, usually CEOs, like when something really bad happens in a corporation, CEOs kind of flip.
Yeah.
So he looks like kind of one of the guys that he might be telling the truth, but has an excuse that works as well.
Because I mean, don't quote me on this statistic that I'm going to read, but I think they said they have only about 1,800 on at one time using OnLive.
That's not
That's
good.
Yeah, so that's not enough to support a console.
Ouch.
But yeah, again, don't quote me. I'm just thinking to bring this back into my mind here.
But this kind of goes back to where we were talking about how OnLive was kind of before its time. The I forget what Square Enix, that's it, is supporting the online browser game. I forget, one of the Hitman games. We were reading an article earlier. So maybe it's starting to become its time. Maybe that's why they're kind of holding on there, because it's kind of a similar concept. You're essentially streaming it through your browser. You're not downloading anything. So maybe it's slowly going into this era.
Is that what they're doing? Is that what the Square Enix thing is?
Well, it plays in the browser. You're not downloading the game. You're not
Oh, I
downloading
thought
it
you
for
actually
gigs.
downloaded it.
No, from what I understand
Because
anyway.
they're like, we recommend using Google Chrome, and then you play in the
Oh
browser.
yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So that's essentially streaming. And then Netflix, of course, is streaming. So maybe it's starting to become their time, and maybe they're realizing this and they're just trying to hold on. I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, let's get more into the other story you were just talking about. I forgot to put it in our little layout, but you'd known a little bit about this, about them, like the advertisements.
Yeah, apparently Square Enix is I don't know if they're testing it or they're actually running it, but you can watch 1 minute worth of advertisements and get 20 minutes worth of play for your play. And one of the games is Hitman. I don't know which one it is. Is it the newest one they're doing?
I think it's an older one. I
Or
thought it
the-
was.
Hitman 47, 42, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Codename
Yeah.
47. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of those. But yeah, you can watch 1 minute play, 1 minute of advertisements, and then get 20 minutes of play. And then I think they said you can accumulate 60 at a time, or it's like a.
You can watch like a bunch of ads all at one time, and then you'll have
Yeah.
60 continuous
Yeah,
minutes of gameplay.
yeah.
I think it's a viable solution. No,
Well, how is advertisements like as long as just like they don't stick it in the game anywhere, like a banner. You have to watch, like, the one
They
minute
are sticking it in loading screens.
loading
That's
screen.
not bad. That's not.
yeah, well that just covers up your loading screen. That's fine.
So is it going to cover up those tips that they always put at the
Oh.
bottom?
That'd be funny. Yeah.
This is a good idea, I think, for kind of an alternative to demos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, because people who really want to play it aren't going to want to sit there and wait all the time. So if they really like it, they're going to want to buy it now.
Yeah. But it also depends if they're gonna make enough money to support the difference in actually selling the game, right?
This is true. That's probably why they're just experimenting with an older game,
Yeah.
just kind of seeing, just so they don't lose any money, really, essentially, right? They're
Yeah.
just kind of.
It's Hitman Blood Money, by the way.
Oh, it is Blood Money. Okay, so it's a bit older, but it's still this gen. So
Well,
What
maybe
was that? The third one of the.
I believe it's the third one. It's the first in this generation, though. I know that it was the first one that came on like 360 in that. I believe, if I remember correctly.
Because there's Hitman. The first one for PC is like, it doesn't count. I know they don't count that one.
Oh, okay.
The first one for PS2 is where they really started, and a lot of the first one for PC got rehashed into the second one for PS2.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't follow the series
like,
too
like
much.
a lot of environments are redone, and they don't really kind of regard the first one at all.
So that's basically kind of like the classics. Old.
It was almost like a test run for them. I think the first Hitman game.
Oh, okay.
So like you don't actually have to play it to.
There's no like story continuation or anything.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's not bad then, I guess. You don't have to go back.
I don't know how I feel about this advertisement, this thing.
I mean, I almost think like it could be a way to rejuvenate their older games. Maybe they won't do it with brand new games. They'll keep selling those on store shelves.
How many advertisements would you think I'd have to watch in order to get them to send me a shelf copy of the game
Oh.
that I can put up on
No,
my shelf?
God.
That's fine. Yeah.
Because I really don't want to do that.
But I mean, like this could get people. This could like maybe their old games aren't selling anymore because either they're not on store shelves anymore because they're that old, or just people aren't buying them. And then this is a way so people can get into them without having to go buy a retail copy.
That'd be a good idea.
You know what? I think I have a sealed triple pack of the Hitman games. I'm pretty sure I have one bought somewhere in my basement.
Do you play any of the games you buy?
No, I have not that one. I have. I'm gonna dig that out. I'm pretty sure I have a sealed triple pack for PC for Hitman games.
That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna see if I can track that down.
Okay, and our final story went through this pretty quick. Disappointing multiplayer in the Black Ops Declassified Vita version, and it's being made. Black Ops for the Vita is being made by the same developers who made the Burning Skies series, which Matt Lawrence highly enjoys apparently.
People complain about that multiplayer all the time. That was awesome. It's awesome. For a handheld console, people are always like, "Oh, it's not as good as like Call of Duty on my console." I know it's a handheld. Like, let it go, man. Come on. Like, it is a handheld. If I'm sitting there like at a bus stop or in my house and I just while things load, I like to play a Vita game. Like that's good stuff. That's good filler. I don't understand what's wrong with it.
Well, I mean, we played the multiplayer together. It's like almost it's clunky and just doesn't feel right.
I think
there's
we
no
had
music playing. There's nothing. There's
Broken.
yeah. It just feels empty and just distant from the actual game.
Well, what IGN was complaining about this game actually was that like the new, as we were talking about before, and if you I think it was like episode 3 or something like that, where they have the new perk system or the new class system where they have like 10 points or whatever you fill in with Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Where this is going back to the classic where you have your 3 perks, your attachments, your primary, secondary gun. People are complaining about that. In my opinion, like it worked up till now. This is the first iteration of it on a console. Let's not start speculating now.
And people have been asking for this too. I mean, you're finally getting it. Be happy that you're getting it.
Yeah, like I don't care about this 10 perk system. Like because you're not going to be playing this as much as the other console. Like I'm just going to be playing it on my spare time, whatever.
Yeah.
Like what the heck? Why not just enjoy it?
And it is only it's not 4v4. It's 2v4, 2v2, right? So 4 players maximum. Am I saying that correctly?
I thought it was 4v4, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure about that one actually.
Because 4v4 would be a lot better. I thought it was.
I thought it was Team Tactical. That's why, but
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Okay.
Let me ask you guys something about like, do you guys actually take your Vitas out in the world and
No, I don't.
you play yours at home as if it was a what
I take it to school. I take it to school for breaks because I have like 2-3 hour spares, right?
mm-hmm.
Because I play games for the story. I don't really. I mean, I love the gameplay, but
Yeah.
I mainly play it for the story.
Exactly.
So I want to sit down. I put a pair of headphones in. I want to sit down and play the game.
Think about it, not turn your brain
Matt Lawrence
off.
doesn't like to think. So
I hate
Shut your
thinking
brain
in
off.
games. Like I had to get Ryan to walk me through in Sleeping Dogs. No spoilers here. In Sleeping Dogs, we had to hack a camera for a certain instance.
Spoilers.
Oh, I had to do that. It was
I couldn't. It was a
Easy. It
simple
was so
number
easy.
sequence.
It was the number thing, right?
Yeah.
You have to guess it. It tells you.
I
if it's
couldn't
right
do
or
it.
in the wrong spot. Yeah, it was just.
I didn't understand what I was doing. I was sitting there going, "What am I doing?"
but
I
you
failed
could
it.
get it though, right?
I figured what I had to do, but I had to just get it wrong once. To be like, okay, I need to guess the numbers, and then I need to put it in. Like,
Well,
there's nobody to say. Nothing was there to say you have to do it like this.
But have you never played those puzzles?
Yeah,
before?
I played those puzzles, but to somebody else who hasn't,
Okay, maybe.
like
yeah.
somebody who's never touched one of those puzzles before, they might.
And this
not
one was a
know.
little easier because normally they just tell you which ones are correct, and then you kind of had to keep in your
Well,
head.
it was red, it's wrong. Yellow, the number's right, just in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
And green is in the right number in the right spot.
Yeah.
So I got it. I failed once, and then I went in and I figured out, okay, that's what I have to do.
Mhm.
But
They're pretty easy.
I found it weird that didn't tell you anything. They just kind of shoved you in there.
Yeah.
But going back to the portable thing, like, yeah, I can't imagine actually going out and
With your Vita?
thoroughly enjoying a game. Like if
Yeah.
it was like, there's a Resistance game for PlayStation
Yeah.
Portable.
Yeah.
Or
There's an Uncharted game too.
Uncharted game. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like if it's such a story-driven game, I couldn't imagine going out there and enjoying it. I'd want to be, in my room in front of a console playing my portable.
Yeah.
So
That's why there's these multiplayer titles. I think because if you have like even the 3G model,
But is
You could
that,
be-
is that enough
I
to play?
very rarely play. Oh, yeah.
think about if you were like say if you were like a commuter and you always took the train and it was an hour train ride, you'd eventually get pretty comfortable with your surroundings. You'd be like, well, I can just sit here and stare at the window, or play a couple rounds of Resistance or something.
But I mean, that's why we have mobile phones and mobile apps because they work for
Yeah.
short situations.
Yeah.
5 minutes waiting for the bus or whatever.
Yeah, you can just
Um,
literally go in and resume it.
Yeah, but we're talking like the actual story and
Yeah.
the campaign. You want to sit down and get into it.
I find this is good for hotel rooms.
and just be like, okay,
There you
maybe
go.
if you're a traveler and you're going around every weekend,
Exactly.
every other weekend. That's one thing, but like for somebody who lives at home and
That's
like,
true.
Do you actually like have it in your breast? Do you keep the game in the portable in your breast pocket and
It's a
pull
big
it out whenever you
pocket.
can? And
I use my Street Pass for my 3DS in my backpack because I don't play games on the 3DS. I just like my Mii's to talk to each other.
You were so happy at Fan Expo.
Oh, that was so awesome. There were so many people to talk to.
I had a DS for a bit, and like I never took it out. I never.
What? Come
I
on.
I played at home because like it wasn't because it wasn't mine. Like it was my buddy's, but I had it, and he had a new one, so I had his for a long time. But I never took it out of the house. Like it was always at home, and I always played it only at home. Just instead of
Mine's
putting
usually
time
done,
in on
yeah.
my console. I always put time on the portable.
It's usually like that. Mine's usually my dog. Just
Yeah.
kind of sits there.
The only time I take it out is when you travel and then you go to like a hotel.
Yeah,
Sitting there.
that would be the rare exception.
Yeah.
That's a perfect situation. Because the Vita is like almost like a portable PS3.
Yeah.
So now we don't have to worry about these like kind of most mobile games are pretty bad.
But another problem is I went to New York on a train, 9-hour train drive.
Train
Train
ride.
ride.
Train
What the hell is wrong with
Train
you?
drive.
Train drive.
Were you driving the train?
It's like a car ride. Never mind.
Car ride.
Okay, but there wasn't any game for me to play because there's no new games for. There's no new games for Vita, so. I mean that's another problem, but
I'm sure there's enough games to. It's gotta be some couple good games like Resistance, Uncharted. That new Assassin's Creed 3 one's coming out.
not out yet though.
9
Not during my
PS1
9-hour
classics.
9.
Train
PS1
ride.
classic.
Oh yeah.
There's a Final Fantasy in one of those 9s.
Final Fantasy 7.
Mm. Okay, let's move on to the rants now. Our first rant is again another Sony story. Sorry, we're so Sony heavy, but they filled the news articles this week.
I think that's you.
Huh?
You Sony fan.
No,
boy.
look at
Sony is
No,
awesome,
I
man.
sent a lot of Sony related articles.
yeah. So this one has to do with the firmware update that they released like 2 weeks ago, maybe week and a half ago, 1.8. And what it does is it locks your memory card to your PSN account. So our rant for today is proprietary hardware and locking things in with user accounts.
This is good for a security situation where if you need a device to be really, really secure and can only connect to a server or something, that's fine. But when it comes to my game saves, like if you want to really hack and take my Skyrim save, if you really want to take the time to do that, go ahead. Like, I mean, come on.
Well, I think this just means that your memory card, you can't use it on any other Vita, right?
Yeah, I don't understand this. Like, do I have to sign in?
The fucking point.
I don't know.
Because gotta think it's using the same technology as a micro SD card. But my friend was looking into this. He's really into this stuff, and he tells me, now this isn't confirmed, but he tells me that the only difference is that there's an extra plastic, not technological, nothing notch in the PlayStation ones, in the Sony ones. So basically, that's why it won't fit into a Vita, because it doesn't have that extra little notch, the normal ones. So what they do is they mark it up. But now I could have bought mine, gave Ryan my 64 gig stick or whatever. But now I can't. Now he has to buy one. Now we have two.
Is it like can you wipe it and say format it and erase it and then give it to somebody, or is it you just if there's data on there?
I'm not really sure how this works. I'm a little confused by this.
I'd imagine it'd just be the data. I can't imagine them locking the actual entire SIM card or PS Vita card, whatever you want to call it.
So like if you had one, if you decided you want to give yours to Ryan, you can't wipe it.
Yeah,
And, like is there a way to go to options and say format card?
Yeah, there's.
what I'm almost thinking is
I think
like
you guys need to try that.
because it says it
no,
it locks it
stuff on there.
locks it to your PSN account. Like you can only sign in as one PSN account on the Vita. So I'm thinking maybe it locks it with the MAC address, so to the Vita, and then if I give it to Ryan, it'll say, "Hey, this was in another Vita. You want to use it? You must wipe it. Do you want to wipe it now?"
Yeah, like
Well, that makes sense, I guess, right?
That's kind of
'Cause
annoying
why would I
though.
want your stuff on there?
But I mean, like, what happens if my Vita breaks and I buy another one?
what if this goes back to classic PS or PS2? Like if you had a memory card and you had a save game file, like next week I want to bring over Director's Cut and play it. I'm gonna have a save game file on there.
Yeah.
And I can't put it in your system. It would be like, oh, this PS1 memory card was used on a different PS2. You can't play it on the system. Either wipe it, and then there goes the save game file.
But I mean, in reality, are you going to be swapping your card with another Vita friend? I mean, it's not a sit at home console. It's a mobile console.
But the option should be there, though.
They're just taking away random options that no one cares about, though.
And I'm sure somebody out there is going to be affected by this.
Okay.
People with multiple accounts on their Vita.
Yeah. Like the PS3, I think you're only allowed to have 2 active PS3s, right? Is the Vita only one?
Yeah, I think. Well,
Like,
with
see, exactly. Sorry to interrupt. Like, there shouldn't be limitations on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then like what Matt was saying, your Vita crashes and dies. I mean, then what? You gotta call Sony and say, hey, my SIM card is locked with my Vita that crashed. I bought a new one, and my memory card won't work. And then they have to reset everything. That seems like more of a hassle for Sony than anyone else. You know.
Thank you for arguing.
I actually have an article. Here. It says from these people there are reports of an error message, which is like a confirmation of this locking, and it says those who are trying to switch accounts will be met with the following message: the memory card inserted to your system is linked with the following Sony Entertainment Network account, and then it shows the account name. To use the memory card with your Vita system, you must format the memory card. If you format the memory card, all data on the memory card will be deleted. So, therefore, those that are trying to actually switch accounts will be asked to format the memory card, like completely.
So you can format it and swap it over another account.
But I think it's locked to this. This is my problem. It says it right here. It says it's with this Vita system. What if my Vita system breaks? Why can't I just sign in? I think it locks to the MAC address. Every device,
Yeah, it has its own unique MAC address, so it can't be altered, changed, or
which is a serious. Well, you can ghost it, spoof it, but
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to be hacking stuff.
yeah.
And most people don't know how to do that. So
Like, I mean, this is getting ridiculous. And it says Sony never specified that multiple accounts could be stored onto one card, but this may come in as an inconvenience to users that when they try to purchase more memory cards. So it says that they suggest backing up any data, and they meaning the website, not Sony, that you back up any data that you have on memory cards before you install the firmware update.
Oh.
So this is a problem because I've already updated.
yeah, me too.
There you go.
And you already had problems with your updates.
Yeah, I got.
It's why you never do updates when they first come out. Wait for reviews.
With consoles, I usually update right away. With Windows, I wait a week. With my computer, I usually wait a week.
Do you wish you waited with the PS Vita update?
I didn't even know this
No,
happened.
because this is going to affect me, really. I mean,
It isn't going to affect me, but I'm still worried if my Vita because I have a very serious problem where I treat my stuff really well, it looks really nice, but it just won't turn on for no reason. Like I keep it dusted, it
Matt
has
Lord's
like
problem.
yeah.
yeah, pretty much like it's horrible.
And
It
your
just
computer just bursts into flames. Your phone stops working.
hey,
can't
that
run
capture
videos.
card lit on
got
fire.
Extra tape on your figurine from Fan Expo.
Oh my, 4 layers of tape. Good lord. Good thing I bought a knife at Fan Expo,
And
man.
Rogers charges you text that they send you.
Oh, that was horrible. Come on. Oh, why do I get sent a text and then get charged for that text?
From Rogers themselves. It's
I
not
don't-
Like, it's not like some guy. It's like
Like that's what my
Rogers themselves.
that's what my dad said. He's like, what are these text charges? I'm like, the heck? And I had 2 from them, and everyone else, just my friends, and it was 2 messages that were said third party, and I was like, but these aren't third. What's going on here?
How much you pay for those 2 messages?
$250 each.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
One time I got one per day. Somebody signed my number up per day, but this wasn't from Rogers. It's from a third party firm. $250 a day. It ended up being like more than $100, but whatever, for that month. I had to call this agency. They're like, well, the next month texts have already started, so we're gonna stop next month. Thank you. There goes another $200 whatever dollars.
Oh my god, I would have walked in somewhere. I would have just done a sit down strike. Be like, I'm not moving until this is fucking fixed.
But this was a random agency. 6 hours on hold, and there's no hold music. It's a loud and like extremely painful beeping.
I had a similar problem like that a long time ago. I had somebody got a hold of my number, and I had these random text messages. I was charged for each one.
Oh my god.
But it was I tracked down. I called Rogers. They gave me the number which they're calling from. I called the number and I said stop, and they stopped. I never got my money back from them, but
You could have blocked the number too, I guess.
yeah, but same.
Your method worked out too.
Yeah.
So.
So ridiculous.
Do you guys want to do this last rant or
Yeah, let's do that.
How far are we in on this thing?
43 minutes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this one has to do with Metal Gear. Just got a movie deal. They're making a movie for Metal Gear, so all you Metal Gear fans like myself, we're all super excited, I hope. But it seems like there's a lot of video game movies being made, but I don't really hear much about them. There's the Assassin's Creed movie.
No, you hear a lot about them.
a lot about them, but
not being made.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
They
So
get announced. They can never show up.
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed, Mass
Minus-
Effect, Uncharted.
For the exception of 5 really bad Resident Evil movies.
There was that Left 4 Dead trailer. That was indie, but even still, that was pretty sweet.
I still have to show you the rest of that because it gets bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it goes. there goes my hopes and dreams of a good indie.
So what are
movie.
we ranting here
But
exactly?
yeah, movies and video games really haven't had the best
Track
reputation.
record.
Video games have been bad, and video game movies have both been bad. So do you think these movies are going to change everything? These are huge franchises, like I said, Assassin's Creed, Uncharted.
It's not going to change it because the problem is that you have like 30 hours of story to compress down in 2 hours. So you
Yeah.
either have to cut on details, cut on content, or alter things.
Yeah.
So then you have fanboys out there that are just upset, or you have something that's so drastically different from the original thing that
Yeah, that's
people
true.
don't even consider it part of the series. Like I said, Resident Evil.
I think the more appropriate route to take would be web series, which seems to be occurring a lot lately.
Like the Halo one. Was
Yeah,
pretty
there's
good.
also Dragon Age one out there.
Yeah.
That seems like a much smarter choice to me
Hmm.
because it's easy to f up a big budget movie.
But I want the big blockbuster scenes and stuff.
But
want-
the
I want
problem
the cool
is the
visual
wrong
effects.
Go see a
people
real movie.
handle
Well-
them.
Yeah, but like Mass Effect, I want to see Mass Effect on the big screen.
You did. You
Hmm?
said you kind of saw kind of part of it. Prometheus.
Oh, come on.
Could you?
Oh my
does
God.
it kind of seem like that could be like the aesthetic look
For Mass Effect?
For Mass
Yeah,
Effect?
definitely, yeah. Especially the first Mass Effect. I think it kind of fit.
I don't remember.
You don't remember the first Mass Effect?
I remember. I don't remember what. I can't pick out details.
It just had like a darker feel kind of to the first
Yeah.
Mass Effect that I liked. But do you think they could do like a saga maybe? Like you said, you don't want to compress them all 30 hours of. I mean, Mass Effect even more.
even if you do
hundreds
three,
of
even if you do 3 movies, one for each Mass Effect, you're still gonna have things cut out.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get even if you don't do any of the DLC or any of the side missions. You just do straight. You're gonna get things that are cut out.
Yeah.
It's just the flow of movies is very different from the flow of games.
Why don't they just do something in that world? So they like do something in the environment or whatever, and it's like 10 years after, before, or even during,
Yeah.
because other things are happening.
And then you don't address anything that happens in the games.
Well, no, like you occasionally would say like for example, like I don't know, you're fighting for the planet or whatever, and then on your one flank or whatever, like Shepard captured this planet, so you might in the game or something. I haven't played the thing, so like you know what I mean. You can mention it. I don't know. I don't play Mass
See,
Effect, but I mean,
okay. See, Mass Effect is a unique one because all the expanded fiction for Mass Effect, they don't interfere with anybody's game. You can take anybody's playthrough from any system, any combinations, and all the expanded fiction always works out. And it is very, very cleverly crafted. And
But there is a canon to it, right?
there's a canon, but like if you take my scenario, you take your scenario, you take out. Did you play them?
Nope.
You take somebody else's scenario, like you could do Fem Shep or male renegade, male shepherd, or you can
Yeah.
do the DLC. These characters can stay alive. All the expanded fiction always works out.
Because they don't really reference.
They make sure not to reference
Yeah.
anything that could screw it up. They even got to the point. There's a joke where in between the prologue to number 2 and number 2, there's a comic in there. They make a joke about how they can't tell if Shepard's body is a male or female.
Oh,
It's that badly damaged.
okay.
I'm like, I see what they did there.
Yeah, that's cool.
But going back to the movies, they're not gonna, as long as they keep on cutting content, or very rarely people are gonna be happy with video game movies or movie video games.
Yeah, the fans are so like diehard
Yeah.
fans that they.
I did see this awesome fan. Somebody posted on Reddit this fan poster of an Uncharted movie, but it was Nathan. It was
Yeah, I
it was,
saw
Na-
that
it was
one.
Nathan Fillion
Yeah.
as Drake. I'm like, oh shit.
I'm still wondering why we're not getting awesome animated video game movies.
that would work out. Yeah.
Like the Resident Evil ones, I enjoy those.
I just ordered that off Amazon.
Why can't we get awesome ones like that?
The Old Republic trailers they released.
Yeah, those
Amazing
cost
cinematics.
billions of dollars, but
Yeah, there's a new Resident Evil one coming out,
Mm.
CG one at
Yeah.
late September.
Yeah.
That one I'm looking forward to.
So I think we need more involvement from the developers in these movies. You know, but these movies are getting some big names. What's the guy on
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender on Assassin's Creed. So that's a big Hollywood title for a little game movie. You know.
Which is probably never gonna get made.
Yeah.
Weren't we discussing this before though, where we were talking about? I think it was in episode 1 or something, maybe even one of the archived episodes, but where we were having big name people coming in to do voiceovers. If they're doing that, I think they would be okay with webisodes even, and then you would have the big name people
Yeah.
in there, meaning that maybe there's a big budget.
You talking about like a CG video game movie?
Well, see, like depends, just live action, like depending on
yeah,
whatever.
you said voiceovers.
Yeah, like they're coming in to do the actual voiceovers of the game
games.
cinematics.
Okay.
So I'm saying is if they're willing to do that, why won't
Throw a
they?
couple extra scripts their way and
Yeah.
let them do that.
Yeah, or even just be live action because they're actors.
And the webisodes do tend to be more pay more attention to the details of the games and stuff. You know, like the Dragon Age one has all the lore and everything in it. It's really cool. So
Elder Scrolls would be cool.
that's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of. Well, they could do like one age, like they could do like the Akaviri age.
They could choose their own age, I guess, and then just make up everything there. That's what a lot of Star Wars games do.
This is true. I
And
want to
then
see the Septim Dynasty.
When Knights of the Old Republic came out, they're like, yeah, 4,000 years before A New Hope.
That doesn't follow this, the like the actual. If you look at the Old Republic, like comic books, or
Yeah.
graphic, that looks more interesting than the game lore.
Oh, okay.
Like the stone buildings and the primitive ships.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually want to read those.
But yeah, the Republic's like 25,000 years old.
Yeah.
There's a lot of story
And
to cover in
technology
there.
stood still for like.
I know. I'm reading I'm reading some of the newer Star Wars novels, and they're like making fun of people who like are using like a pen and paper. I'm like, they've had technology and data pads for 25,000 years almost.
Yeah.
What's this guy's still using a pen and paper, and they're making it seem like it was like 10 years ago we used pen and paper.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of funny.
Well, when I watch episodes of Star Trek, I find it funny how their computers are fucking huge. Like
Yeah.
like their desktop, their laptops on their
Yeah.
desks are like so thick.
Yeah.
It's like, man, they got way thinner stuff now.
Yeah.
It's like, put that shit away.
Hey man, have you seen the evolution of phones? We went from like the big, huge honking phones to the little flip phones, back up to like
Yeah, we're getting huge again.
the Galaxy Note. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Maybe it's just it's an ebb and flow. Things will keep changing sizes.
All right, let's end this. My ass is starting to hurt.
It's a padded stool, man.
It still hurts.
But yeah, before we end, Marty, you're our app correspondent. Anything this week?
No.
This is 3 weeks without any new apps.
All right, I'd be playing games right now if Apple didn't piss me off with this tax thing. It still pisses me off.
Download some free games, some demos, something.
All right.
We need our app
I
correspondent.
downloaded the Dropbox app. That's what I did. Not a game. It's an app, though.
That's good enough.
And it's pretty sweet, to be
how's
honest.
the functionality on that?
It's actually not too bad.
Pretty good. As soon as
Okay.
you load up the folder, everything's there.
I'll
Yeah.
take that.
I use it.
It's beautiful.
All right, so hopefully we'll see you next week. Again, this will be uploaded on Sunday. I missed last week again.
I'm gonna buy you the cheapest iTunes gift card I can find.
I think they're
Just for you to get over that
$15
tax
ones,
problem.
yeah.
Well, I think they got $10 ones. Oh, you gotta buy in
$10?
the pack of like each kind of has a $10 card and it's like $30.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
You see me suffering over here?
But yeah, check us out on Facebook and on our Twitter, YouTube / the Shoulder Button Boys.
Just a shout out to the guy that was at the Assassin's Creed 2 demo that was in charge of putting in people line. It's cool as balls. That
He was
guy-
pretty awesome.
That
I'm
guy
not
was
gonna
super
lie.
cool.
He was awesome.
Creed 2 demo?
Or Assassin's Creed 3, sorry.
Yeah.
Shut up, Adriano.
That guy was awesome. Hey, you want to come play this shit? Yo, get in line, man. Come on. I'm like, yes, this is awesome.
Okay, and that's what we're leaving for tonight. See you next
Cool
week.
as balls.